What's going on, guys? Joe Reece, Full Circle Fitness, Forthright Nutrition. I want to remind you, go to my website, fullcirclefitness618.com, wait a few seconds, put in your name, put in your email, and you will get your free SMART Goals workbook to help you stay on track in 2020. Today's video I wanted to make basically about weight loss, okay? Kind of outlining what is possible and how to keep that on track. You see in magazines, you see online where people talk about, oh, I lost 7 to 10 pounds per week doing this. I lost 10 to 12 pounds doing this per week. But in reality, the only way to lose weight safely and effectively is losing weight slowly. And here's why. Effective weight loss over a long period of time is 1 to 2 pounds per week. If you lose more than that, more than likely, if you're doing this consistently, you're losing muscle mass because our body does not like to lose weight. So what it's going to do, it starts to manipulate our metabolism, and one of the ways it does that is by getting rid of muscle mass. So when we break it down, how much weight loss is actually possible and what actually needs to be achieved for this to happen. When we're looking at it mathematically, when we're losing 1 pound of body fat per week, we're looking at a 500 calorie deficit per day that week. If you're looking at 2 pounds, you're looking at 1,000 calories per day, okay? So that is why it's very difficult to lose a lot more than 2 pounds per week, because that is a full 1,000 calories per day deficit that you have to achieve that kind of weight loss. So what do I mean by deficit? What I mean by deficit is basically you take your intake calories, and that's from carbs, fats, proteins, alcohol. You subtract out your BMR, which is basically your basal metabolism rate. That's how many calories it takes to maintain your body the way it is. So that's going to be your muscle mass, your organ tissue, your body fat, everything. Then you also take out the amount of calories that you burn on top of your BMR. So your BMR is basically the least amount of calories in your body should burn in a day, and that's doing absolutely nothing. So anything on top of that, whether it be calories you burn at work or calories you burn working out, those are going to be additional calories, and that would basically be your deficit, because you're going to be left with a negative number if you're trying to lose weight. You're going to be left with a positive number if you're trying to gain weight. Okay, so when we look at it, people say, oh, well, 1 to 2 pounds per week, that's not really that much. But in the grand scheme of things, per year, that's 52 pounds up to 104 pounds per year if you're losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. Okay, so what does it take to actually make this possible? To me, there's 3 things that are going to make this diet easier, harder, or not even achievable. Okay, so to me, the absolute bottom thing we have to have is we have to have quality foods that we're eating. Okay, what that actually means is foods that are lowly processed, raw sources. And what I mean by raw sources is good meat sources, everything from plants to seeds to nuts, things like that. When we start talking about highly processed foods, or pastas and chips and candy, processed meats, when we start talking about those kinds of foods are very easily digested by our bodies. So what that means is that we're going to be hungry more often because our stomach's going to be empty. So we want to go into eating raw foods because it takes our body longer to digest those foods. So therefore, we're fuller longer and we won't be hungry all the time. And now on top of that, when you have good quality foods, you have to have control. Even though they're good, healthy foods, that doesn't mean we can eat anything in sight. And then on top of that, obviously we have to have the control to eat foods that are good for us and not eat foods that are bad for us all the time. So quality foods, control, the next thing, consistency. So just because you had one day where you were absolutely nails, that doesn't mean you're going to lose weight. So it has to be every single day. We have to be on our diet or follow it very, very closely. Same thing with exercise program. If we're not very consistent on either one of those two, you're not going to lose weight. So consistency, control, and basically dieting in general, you either do or you don't. I just want to take a second to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. I really hope you enjoyed the content, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below. Please visit my website, fullcirclefitness618.com. There you will sign up for a newsletter and receive a free goal sheet that will help you stay motivated and help you figure out goals for 2020. If you like this video, please like and share it with your friends to help support my goal to help 20,000 people in year 2020.